could you read, because I am slow?
Oh, well, that would take a long time. Oh, I see. So you want me to read this, what you wrote? Okay. So anyway, Henry, I'm just doing a quick overview, and then anyway, so there's just a real problem that's happening in the company, and sales have just gone down, and things are not going well. So that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what's the first question, Heidi? Let's see.
It says, what is going on in the case? What is really going on in the case, and what is interesting about it?
Okay. So, and then Henry said Jamie Turner joined MLI with high expectations, such as rapid personal growth, job challenges, full autonomy, and above all, he was very impressed with the initial impression of his boss and president of MLI, Pat Cardullo. But when he started working at MLI, he came across some personal conflicts with Cardullo. Yes, I feel like that is like what's going on in the case. Is he was under a different impression when he got the job, and then Pat Cardullo did turn over responsibility to him, but then it's like he's not okay with his decisions. He's not supporting him. He's saying, okay, you make the decisions, but he's not supporting him.
And it seems like, Henry, I like your overview. That's excellent. I think what really bothers me in this whole case is Cardullo, from what you can tell in the case study, I don't think there's communication. I don't think they have procedures in place, and it's just kind of an odd situation. It just seems like it's kind of run haphazardly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's so Henry. So what Henry said next is like they have different working styles, and he points out how Cardullo is very abrasive and harsh language, and he doesn't care about the feelings of people. Whereas Tim, Cardullo wanted him to fire Tim Kelly because he felt he wasn't competent. But Turner sees the assets that he brings because he's been around the company. And he's loyal, and so he has really good relationships with the long-term customers. So I think he's right keeping him on board. So that's a really good point too.
Yeah, Henry, you've got some great points. You're a good writer.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, please translation. I believe that question me.
Oh, they were just nada más. Dijeron que bien hecho, que escribe muy bien en inglés.
I use translator.
Yeah. Well, it's good.
Oh no. Okay.
Sorry about the noise in the background, though.
Good.
Are you view my screen? And
yes.
Here is a little circle. I am using this part that say where is my mom, my mouse, Grammarly.
So
here, Grammarly. Grammarly is a little program that help me to translate very well.
Well, it works.
For example, when in the translator, this put green circle here. Same is okay. If the circle is in red, I file it in something. Grammarly is free. It's free.
That's free. Good job. Yeah, it's a good program.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So,
it's a good program.
What are the root problems in the case?
Poor communication and interpersonal conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think what are you doing? Why is she laughing? She's on mute, but I can do laughing.
The difference of age also. Cardulo is oldest. And is
Now,
the communication that say Sister Lindsay is the principal root here.
absolutely, communication is the biggest problem. So how did Turner get himself into this predicament, and what is going on for Cardulo?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like, where do you think he could have made a difference? Like, he did make some bad choices, like throwing that email at that girl, and, you know, he kind of like got his emotions out of control. Heidi, are you talking to us? Because you're on mute.
So remind me about the email. I forgot about this part.
With the email, oh, where he got an email from Cardulo's favorite person over there, the Chin lady.
Oh, yeah.
Julie Chin.
That's right, Chin.
And she like emailed him and was like, if you have a problem with like any accounting, because one of his people, Turner's people, pointed out that there was a cash flow issue. And so she was like, if you have a problem, you need to come talk to me, because she was all mad because it made her look bad. Anyways, remember he like printed out the email, walked into her office and crumpled it up and threw it away and said, I got your email. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, oh my gosh. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that wasn't the best move, was it?
Oh man. That cracked me up.
Mm-hmm.
Real professional. No, just kidding. So yeah. I don't know, just better communication about, yeah, like what decisions he's able to make, and maybe explain to him more his decision. And I don't know, it's hard to be a manager and change things and implement your strategy when the boss above you is distant and gone, like he's not even over there and he's supposed to be over there. And then he comes in upset and ruins it all. You know, he stops his strategy before it could even, you know, take off. It takes time to turn around a business. Anyway.
Yeah, it does. What did you have, Tyler?
To add to that, not a whole lot. I mean, it just seems like their personalities are, like the way they do things are two different ways. Seems like Turner's more new age, and he's more of like an emotional decision maker, and he's like more of a feeler. And Cardulo is more black and white and old school. So I think that's really the biggest problem, is Cardulo is not getting all into the feelings of things, and Turner is. But I would say that's the biggest rift between them.
I think like innovation, like we learned from the teacher when she did that thing about the introduction video, and she said that whatever, interpersonal conflict, it stops innovation. And I feel like that's what's happening here too, because Turner's trying to be innovative and turn the business around, and it's being halted because of their interpersonal conflicts. Like who's on what politics, you know what I mean? Like they're all fighting. Like he's telling him who to fire, and who Turner gets along with. Okay, who Cardulo gets along with, Turner doesn't get along with, and who Turner gets along with, Cardulo doesn't like. It looks like this big old soap opera.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how would you start the discussion? You know how Jamie Turner has to talk to Cardulo. How would you start that conversation? Like right now.
Whoa. I think I would just go in and say, you know, we've got a real problem going on, and I'd like to talk about it. And I think we need to discuss what has transpired that you disagree with and why. And I would like time to explain why I did what I did, and see if we can come to some type of an arrangement where we meet weekly, even if you're out of town. Maybe we Skype, and we need to really work through and make sure we're on the same page as far as strategies go and pricing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think Jamie does want to make it work. Like, he doesn't want to job hop again. There's potential there. The CEO's coming, so he definitely feels the pressure now to make things right. But from the case when he declined lunch and hanging out or going out for dinner or drinks or whatever, that shows that like it's going to be really hard. It's going to be an uphill battle to get back on his good side, and that's hard because like he wants to be persuasive and like persuade his boss to see his strategy, to support him and his decisions. You know what I mean? It's like he's brand new, and it's like now there's this huge rift between them. It's going to be really hard.
So what were the key choice points where either of them could have done something differently?
Well, I think at the very beginning, we don't know for a fact. The case doesn't tell us if they have meetings or if there's some type of regular communication going on. But I think, well, first of all, if you remember, Cardullo had agreed that Jamie would wait like, I think it was 3 months before he actually made any type of decisions and set a marketing strategy and did pricing. And he just said, I need to get my feet wet. I need to understand the process. And I believe it was within less than a month, Cardullo had him doing things that he'd agreed would be 3 months down the road. So that was the number one problem. You know, Jamie didn't want to disappoint his new boss and tell him, no, I'm not ready for these responsibilities that we had agreed would be a 3-month wait period. So he was disingenuous from the very beginning, Cardullo was. And so the trust level had to have dropped dramatically for Jamie.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, there's no trust. That's what's causing the communication breakdown in the team. Yeah. So you're saying that Jamie could have said, wait a minute, let me make these decisions, but that's something we agreed on. So I'd like you to make them with me so we're on the same page. So then he can't point the finger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's discuss this and work through this. You throwing this on me when I don't even know company culture. I don't know how things work. And to me, that was a huge wrench, a bad beginning for Jamie, a really bad start.
I agree too. Very well said. Did Henry say?
Henry, do you want to scroll down on your paper so we can see what else you have on there?
Please, Tyler, could you translate?
Just move your paper up so we can read the stuff down on the bottom, or like down lower.
Like the next question?
No, translate. The next question.
Queremos ver la próxima. Sí, gracias.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
All right. Está bien así. Yeah.
Okay, should we read it out loud? It may be that there's a conflict in personal style which is causing Jamie Turner and Pat Cardullo to not work well together. It may be the conflicts arising from generational differences because of the age differences. Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah.
And Jamie Turner and Pat Cardullo's beliefs and values are different, definitely.
Let's see.
And can you scroll up? There we go. A little more to another page.
Más, Henry. Más.
Más arriba. Yeah. You want to go down or
yeah.
Look.
That way. Right, Heidi?
Yeah, good. Okay, in the initial meeting, Cardullo did not specify any company objectives. Oh, good point. Although it was a flaw in Cardullo's judgment, Turner could have confronted Cardullo and asked for clarification to better understand Cardullo's expectations rather than passively accepting and ignoring the potential problem. Once Turner accepted the job, Cardullo threw Turner into the company mix with an extremely brief probationary period. Absolutely. I agree with that, Henry. Cardullo gave Turner full autonomy over pricing in a matter of weeks, no training, no time to get accustomed for working for MLI. Turner felt he knew more about how MLI was run than Cardullo, the president of the company. Once again, Turner should have questioned whether Cardullo knew what he was doing and checked to make sure that he had the same information objectives so he could both make informed decisions and work towards the same goals, rather than if Turner would eventually find out. With Turner's new autonomy over pricing and Cardullo's seemingly absolute trust in him, he probably felt he didn't need to ask Cardullo for permission to execute plans, which leads to the communication gap between them. That's a really good point,
That's
too.
so good. Communication gap, totally.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he probably did. He felt like, he trusts me. I don't need to ask anything, because that's the way it started out.
Yeah. He doesn't want to be involved. He just wants to turn it over to me. Oh my heck, that's kind of like a pun. Turner wants to turn this thing over to me. Oh gosh. That's a good one. Okay.
So the last one says, how, if at all, should Turner approach Cardullo at the end of the case?
Yeah.
How do you touch on that a little bit? Is there anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I don't know. He's got to approach him with the facts and the issues, like not on the person. They say focus on the issue, not the person. Like he can't, you know what I mean? He can't come in with an argue, like where Cardullo can argue it. Like he can't say, well, you're just doing whatever Julie wants to do. You already have her picked out to be the boss.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like he needs to stick to the facts. Like, you told me to make A, B, and C decisions, and these are what I made, and then this is how you stop the decisions, and then I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah, they need to have some really great communication going. But the other thing is, remember, Turner's Cardullo's spread really thin too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's over all 3 companies, right?
Well, he's at Triple S, which is the parent company, and then he's the one that wanted to acquire this lighting thing. So I'm not sure. Oh, but you're talking about the light generators?
Well, there's 3 parts to the lighting company, and it seems like he's over all 3.
I think he's just like one of the top people in SSS, and then they acquired this one.
Yeah, so he's got a lot going. And I think in the beginning of the case, they talked about how he was just anxious to get things off his plate.
Yeah.
So Turner has got to, I think in my write-up I pretty much did, Turner's got to decide if it's worth his time or not, like if he's willing to change, because he can't go on doing the same. So if he's willing to change, he should reach out and try. He should see how he can add value to what Cardullo is doing. You know, so if he don't specifically add value to what he's interested in, then he's not going to be interested in him.
Mm-hmm.
So he can reach out and do that. You know, maybe one of those things, if he's not willing to change, he's just got to move on.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But it seemed like Cardullo was going to be retiring soon, right?
He's in his 60s, right?
Yeah.
I thought he wanted to become the new CEO of, Lipsky.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
He wants to be the successor.
So then it was, can you imagine Turner taking over Cardullo's place but having to answer Cardullo? That would be rough.
Right, and that's what he's worried about. Yeah, I think you're right. Like, he knows.
Yeah, that would be.
He's got to get in with him.
Really rough.
I think this lesson is teaching us to mix gifts and talents from the experience of the man who worked for many years. Isn't Cardullo a name of a singer right now, you guys? Like a pop, like hip hop singer?
I don't know.
I hear in my head like a singing. I think a rapper. An energy that we should put. Oh man, we're getting out of time.
Okay, so should we move? I can hang on till about 10 after. I just, or 15 at the latest.
We'll let Lindsay go first so she can get hers in. And that's really about it. I mean, honestly speaking, for some reason people like to pretend like these cases have to be solved, but really he can just quit. Like that's an answer. He can just go on. And I think that's probably what he should do.
Do you would recommend that he is
probably
up in your write-up to quit?
Probably. So in my write-up, I put like what I would do if I said you got two options, and I said like what he would do what he should do if he stays, and that kind of involved like sitting down, talking it out, blah blah blah. But Cardullo isn't interested in talking it out. It's going to come down to Turner changing his ways or moving on. That's really all it is. And so I said that in the paper because it sounds good, but then at the very end I said, but you probably should consider moving on if you can't live with this. Something to that extent.
And sometimes, to be honest, you don't want to absorb company culture. Sometimes it's to your advantage to move on so you don't become part of a company that has kind of a losing type attitude.
Yeah. Yes, very good.
Because the CO is coming out, you know, it's like they say you don't want your boss to look bad. Like, you know, we learned about managing up. So he can't like go to the CEO and be like, throw his boss under the bus. But at the same time, like, he needs to, I don't know, I feel like Turner was making good choices and had a good strategy. So it's like, how can he present that to the CEO without looking like he's throwing his boss under the bus?
Yeah, I personally felt like this was more of a Cardullo issue than Turner. I mean, he wasn't blame free at all. I think he kind of had it. And so he was kind of rude to Chen at one point. But I feel like Cardullo has been the biggest pain here. And I think he's the major issue.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my opinion. That's how I felt about him.
Yeah.
He seems like a haughty man who just doesn't have much humility.
Yeah. Well, it's like, why would you tell somebody to make all these decisions and then you come in upset and totally go the opposite direction and then do worse? Like the numbers are worse. Like that's embarrassing. And I think then that's when he started getting really nasty with him because he's so embarrassed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just terrible.
Nice point there, Henry. So it sounds good, guys. Sounds like we're on it. Baker's got some things to work on with communication. Cardullo is probably not willing to work, so Turner's got a choice to make whether he wants to really work and stretch himself with Cardullo or whether he wants to consider moving on. Thanks, everyone, for your time and participation. That concludes that case. Now, if you want to go on to the presenting of the project, I'm down. Lindsay, if you're ready, you can start and knock yours out.
Okay, I didn't look at it yet, but I just pulled it up. So you're supposed to create a document and write your responses to the following statements and questions.
Oh, okay. I haven't looked at it either.
You know, that's why I'm kind of like, oh, okay.
Do you want to, can you pull that up and screen share?
Oh, yes.
I can go first if you want to see, like, I think what
I'm
supposed to be doing. So this one's called this is reporting, right? Oh yeah, it says explain your goals, present your tracking sheet, go over the nose, create a presentation outline, PowerPoint, or any other materials used during any final presentation. Okay, I didn't do a PowerPoint since it wasn't required. I didn't see it necessary at all. Okay. Do you want me to do mine? I mean, you may not be ready. Or what are you thinking?
Yeah. What do you guys think? I'm not gonna be ready. I mean, I could answer the questions like off the top of my head, but I mean, I have to come up with the document anyways. I don't know.
So, okay, so the document that we need to share is one that we're actually going to turn in. Is that right?
I think so. You see it yet? Oh, wait. There it is.
Okay.
So through assignment, you'll prepare to present your accountability project experience to your group, as well as provide documentation for your instructor to grade your project. So yeah, you do turn it in. This is also an important opportunity to reflect on the growth and learning you've acquired through the semester.
Okay. Do you think and plus we are missing Marcus. Should we give him a chance to be able to come so he doesn't lose points for two different group meetings?
I think so. Like, I would like to be done today, but I feel like I'm more ill prepared. Like, I would just be answering it off the top because I didn't look at this ahead of time, but I could answer them. Yeah, Marcus isn't here. What do you guys think? Whoa. That is me doing that? You guys see that? What the heck is this going on? Goes on forever.
Looks like an eternal mirror.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to be doing this for all eternity, Lindsay. Forever.
That is trippy.
Gosh, that'd be the worst.
We're like talking about if we're going to meet next week, and this is our sign. It's like
Never ending.
The never-ending meeting.
Girl, you're doing this group every Thursday for the rest of your life. Oh my gosh. I have no idea why I did that.
Well, Lindsay.
Yes.
Henry, are you ready to present your accountability project, or do you need to do that next week?
Me what?
¿Usted está listo para presentar su presentación de contabilidad?
Yes, I am ready.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe me and Henry can do it, and then maybe you three can do it next week or something.
Okay.
And I can be done.
This is my work. I will share with you my work.
So if you guys want to do that, Lindsay, you can bounce if you need to.
Okay, Heidi, are you okay meeting next week?
Yeah. Can we do it earlier? I'm leaving for out of town on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
Maybe Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah, totally. Yes. Either of those days.
Your son's cute.
My goal is read the Book of Mormon every day for 20 minutes.
See you, Lindsay.
Okay. I have like 5 minutes here.
Also work in Family Search.
All right.
And I did my work every day.
Wow. Family Search every day?
Yes.
Yeah.
In this moment, I am. In this moment,
Wow.
What's going on?
Optimus Prime over
I
there.
don't know.
Was that Lindsay? Did she like short out?
Wait, what happened?
Lindsay, are you there?
Yeah.
Did you hear all that crazy noise?
No.
Did you hear it, Tyler?
Oh yeah, I heard it.
Henry, are you there?
I'm here. I am listening you.
Did you hear all that noise?
Yes, I listen. I don't know how was this song, but it
was a song?
No, it just sounded like
song
Optimus
is
Prime
not-
or something.
Oh.
Sounded like a dang transformer going nuts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was interesting.
This is my contract.
Wait, is he a barber?
This is,
Henry's a barber?
Yeah,
Yes.
Henry's a barber.
Oh. Slick. That's why you got your hair like that, too.
Yeah.
Did you do it yourself? Henry, you cut your own hair?
please, Tyler, help me.
Se
Okay, how do you say
corta su pelo propio.
Hello.
Sí, pero yes, but in this moment I am in this way because the elders cut me.
The elders?
I let yes, the missionaries.
Yeah, he let him cut his hair.
Yes, my
Those
Lord cut me
missionaries?
this time.
That's so funny.
Apparently,
That's
you've been
awesome.
giving him free haircuts, and they said we're going to give you one too, right?
I have the pictures.
Let's see.
Cut me. The missionaries cut me. Yes. Mhm.
I am impressed. Did anybody else not do it every single day? Their accountability project?
Oh, I missed 5 days.
I am the worst. Tyler, did you miss any days?
I didn't.
Wow.
Mine weren't bad though. Mine really weren't bad.
Wow.
Oh, I had kind of a lengthy thing I was doing. It was a lot. So I did miss 5 days.
I think Tyler's getting figured out right now.
That's impressive, Henry.
My hair is the reason that the missionaries cut me.
It looks good.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice haircut.
Yes.
Good work.
We have to
That's
jam.
great.
Bye, you guys. Heidi, just text me and we'll meet next week with Monday or Tuesday.
It's been real, Lindsay. It's
Okay,
been real.
bye.
Oh, wait, Tyler, are you doing yours now?
I'm gonna do mine now with Henry, but you guys can leave if you need to.
Say me, please.
No, I want to hear how you did because you were actually one of my accountability partners. So
Okay. So keep going, Henry.
Okay. Say me, Tyler, in Spanish. I don't understand so well.
Continúa su presentación, señor. ¿O ya terminó? ¿Ya compartió toda la presentación?
No.
Okay.
No. Screen share. Okay. In 3, 8. Could you see?
Yes. Good goals.
wow, that's fantastic.
Estas metas son buenas.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
I love it. I love it. Do it.
See, I didn't challenge myself that much. Not that much. I wanted to make sure I picked something I could do.
In this moment, I feel so blessed because with this goal, I learned a lot from the for the word in the temple, because I feel the Holy Spirit. I think the the prophet Elias accompanied me in every moment that I was in the that I was indexing.
Mm-hmm.
Because in this moment I am no indexing. I am other level more. That is arbitro or referee. And I am happy because my stake call me and say me that I sincerely I don't know that this information was viewed for my stake, and my president stake view this part of my work. I think that the area communicate with the stake about this, the work of family search. I don't know, but the president of stake called me and say me, "Thank you, Henry," and I say, "I don't know. You say you don't say thank you, because I feel that I have a great okay. I think debo mucho al Señor. I owe a lot to the Lord. This is the reason that my principal motivation for do the effort in family search. Do you understand to me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I was thinking that you don't understand.
No,
So,
good job. Peter.
I'm very, very impressed, Henry. You've done a lot and consistently.
mhm. Thank you, sister. And I think that all this is my work. Mhm. And English is improving every day, because the Book of Mormon is helping me. I feel it. I learned it.
Very good.
Yeah.
You did really good.
Do you need that I send my work to you?
No, I don't think so, but I think you just submit it to, you'll submit it next week to the teacher.
Okay. Thank you.
I think that's it, man. Good job.
Thank you, brother. Is your son or your nieto? ¿Cómo sería nieto?
Grandson.
Can you say good morning?
Is that it?
Chill.
Yes, this is my grandson. He is
A
3 years
grandson.
old and he plays the cello.
Wow. That's very
Yeah.
cool.
His name's Calvin. Can you wait? And those are his children right there. His name's Henry. He lives in Peru.
Hi, my brother. I am from Peru.
Right. Are you guys ready for me to go?
Yes.
Okay, so what I wanted to become for my project, I decided on a few goals I would like to set to help me become a better version of myself. I'm naturally good at setting and completing goals, and so this has helped me kind of further that skill. I'm very lucky that that is my strong suit, and so I chose to work on a couple weaker areas. I wanted to get back on my scripture reading, so I set the goal to read daily. I'm ultra busy; it's quite ridiculous. So I wanted to get back on that train, and then if I failed to read any day, then I was going to make myself read 10 chapters on Sunday during the football game, so I had to miss them. That was my punishment. So I also wanted to work out on Fridays because I haven't been doing Fridays. I've just been doing Monday through Thursday, and so I wanted to do that to be a little bit healthier. And then I made a monthly goal. So I did like a daily, weekly, monthly strategy, and my monthly strategy was to add something to mine and my wife's survival bag once a month, or food storage or something emergency related. Add something to that every once a month. My punishment for that would be 100 push-ups. And so I'm hoping that through this accountability, I can become better for myself. So my goals were my daily was scripture reading, my weekly was workout on Fridays, and my monthly was add something to my survival pack and my wife's. The results, I did really well, didn't miss any days. I fulfilled all my obligations. I felt that I have become better and much stronger. I've created a stronger habit of scripture study, as well as now it's natural for me to work out on Fridays again. So I'm glad. Future changes, I would literally repeat them again. I was pleased with them. I'd like to do it again. Keep it going. Just really make it a part of me. And it's, goal setting in general is definitely worth my time. So I want to just maybe add to it, do some different things, keep track of it. My effort grade out of 10, I'd give myself a 7 because, it was challenging enough, but it wasn't like, it wasn't going to just cripple my life or stress me super, super hard, which is what I needed this semester anyways. So I'll give myself an honest grade of a 7. So I learned that if I put my mind to something, I can accomplish it. They say that a goal not written is a wish, and I believe that. I learned that accountability is absolutely key to success or failure because we need that extra incentive to perform sometimes. We use this strategy with children, but later in life stop using it ourselves, even though we never outgrow the concept. I'm pleased with what I've accomplished and look forward to applying these very principles to achieve more in the future. Now, as far as my table goes, I went over who I'm becoming. My accountability said that I would do, if I missed any day of reading scriptures during the week, then I would, and I prefer to read them in the morning too, so I kept a separate chart if I read them in the morning as well. And then I would make myself read 10 chapters during football time instead of watching football. And if I missed, doing the, and I'd also do 100 push-ups if I miss that as well, or if I miss putting the stuff in my survival bag. And so I'll be held accountable by my wife and by my chosen classmates. Heidi was one of them. And I just said I will not reduce my goals, but add to them if I desire. I knew that I wouldn't have to reduce them. I'm pretty sure I chose the right amount. So here's where I kept track. I just kept my daily scripture reading here, whether I read them in the morning here, if I worked out on Friday, and then if I added per month. And so I just kept track, and luckily I succeeded. So that is my project.
Wow, that's good. You did well.
I love your project.
Oh,
Really sport, very strong.
Yeah, but it wasn't as good as yours.
Well, you guys,
Do you like the sport?
you guys both worked on spiritual strength too. That's great. That's great.
Tyler.
Yeah.
well, I better scoot. Well, in a nutshell, Tyler, I made it. I